We're in a world that's changing faster than it ever has before in terms of technology, and this has only been exacerbated by the global pandemic. New technological opportunities and risks are arising with increasing speed. At the same time, the digital is becoming a default for the world. Businesses, education, healthcare, public services, they're all being delivered online now. Irembo is a great example. Really excited to see that by 2024 there'll be 400 e-government services online in Rwanda. And we know that this is really important because digital is key in delivering the Sustainable Development Goals, which is something that's at the heart of what the Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Office stands for. However, this digital shift does risk excluding the 43% of people who still don't have mobile internet connectivity. And of those disconnected, I'd say 5% or 400 million people are those without mobile coverage, but a much bigger majority, 38% of people, or 3 billion people, in fact, do have coverage but don't use mobile internet. This digital divide is more prevalent in marginalized groups, so those living in poverty, those living in rural areas, those with little education, women, and people with disabilities. I believe, in fact, that according to GSMA, women are 19% less likely to use mobile internet in low and middle income countries. And this gap is even greater in sub-Saharan Africa, and Claire will tell you more about that later. A key concern for the Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Office, FCDO, is that with the advent of key new technologies like AI, which is said to contribute $15.7 trillion to the global economy by 2030, this will be a really important technology for developing countries to leverage, not only in its effect on the global economy, but also the benefits it can have. We've seen it already helping to treat malaria and TB. We see it helping to bring people with disabilities online to access education. But it also creates risks. It will exacerbate inequality within and between countries, and it will create unforeseen challenges that countries will struggle to manage if they don't have the right capacity and the right frameworks. And this brings us back to the digital divide, because digital foundations are absolutely essential for Africa to harness new technologies like AI, not only to keep up with the rest of the world, but also to create the digital innovations that will help drive growth and solve local development challenges. And this is why FCDO is so grateful to be working with partners like the GSMA on closing this digital gap. The Minister gave us some excellent examples of some of the connectivity and the barriers to inclusion that people are facing, and we know that these are context dependent and they're really complicated. But we also know there's some kind of broad things, as you mentioned, digital literacy, device and data affordability, concerns around security, and access issues like with refugees not having the right IDs to access SIM cards. And this is something that will require policy dialogue, but also programming. And this is what we do with Mobile for Development, our program with GSMA, that we've been doing for a decade now. Connected Society is one of our programs that funds the State of Mobile Connectivity report that we'll be discussing today, and Connected Women pulls out key insights on women's access to the digital world. But it's not just about insights for us, it's also about action. Since 2016, Connected Women has brought over 40 mobile network operators into pledging to close the gender gap for mobile internet services and for mobile money services. And that has now touched 65 million women. We've also seen that M4D, with its mobile internet skills and training toolkit, MIST, is creating a free resource to teach basic digital skills so people can access and use the internet. And that has also reached 65 million people, helping them get online in a way that's safe and secure. And finally, we've done a lot of work with GSMA on our digital innovation funds, which have proven conclusively that mobile-enabled solutions can be a cost-effective and inclusive channel to deliver a wide range of services to vulnerable people.